Donald Trump has once again gone to Florida, to Mar-A-Lago for another vacation, and he has gone mute. Yes, the blowhard himself, not making really any posts this morning. He made one post saying something about TikTok being very Trumpy. But other than this one post, usually on Saturday, it's post. And then, maybe he'll do a podcast interview in the morning and there's a lot to discuss. But this says his approval is plummeting and he is crashing the economy. He did send this following email out last night. Win a free round of golf at Trump International. Ben, free round of golf at my home course. Ben, there is a first time for everything, and today is your lucky day. I just launched a top secret opportunity for Trump patriots to win a round of golf at Trump International Mar-A-Lago. Free round of golf, free hotel stay, free flight. All you got to do is give Donald Trump some more money. Also, before Donald Trump left to Mar-a-Lago, he gave this slurry, strange interview with this MAGA podcaster where clearly he seemed confused and deteriorating. And I think he thought signal meant cell phone reception when he was asked about Signal Gate. Watch this. He's unwell. Play this clip.
But let me just start with that piece of it. Out of a country of over 300 million people, how is it that Jeffrey Goldberg, who hates you, ends up on this Signal chat? Isn't that bizarre?
It is bizarre. And he's a, sleazebag, but at the highest level.
Yeah.
His magazine is failing. It's going to be out of business soon, in my opinion. It's bad. It's too bad we give it a little boost like this. But somebody in my group either screwed up or it's a bad signal. It's a bad signal, happens too. But
so as I mentioned at the outset of the video, Trump's approval is plummeting. Right now, it's at 43%. Over 53% of Americans disapprove, according to Gallup. This is like pretty much the lowest ever, other than Trump in his first term, for any president. And of course, we know the reasons why. He lied about everything and he's failing miserably. And he and Elon Musk and Doge have engaged in a hostile takeover of the government where they've wrecked essential services and they've wrecked the economy. They've fired veterans and other federal workers, and they've done it while mocking and laughing at we, the people. Take a look right here. Prices are rising faster than expected. Trump's tariffs are making it worse. Core PCE jumped 0.4% in February. We learned that on Friday, hitting 2.8% year over year. This is now the highest in over a year. In other words, inflation is going up, prices are going up, and we're heading towards something called stagflation, which hadn't happened in like 50 years. This is a crashing GDP, rising inflation. It basically freezes the Federal Reserve. They're not sure what they do. They can't really lower interest rates. They can't really raise interest rates. And you're kind of stuck in this horrible economic crisis. And with Donald Trump, things are going to get worse. As this post from Chris Jackson says, his 25% tariffs on imported cars and parts are driving up costs for American families and just going to make things worse. You saw my other reports today and this past week, how the international community is reacting. Of course, Prime Minister Carney of Canada has said, see you later, United States. Our special relationship is over. Europe has formed its own unique alliances outside of the United States, and they invited Zelensky to their meetings this past week. America is isolated all alone. You're seeing polls like this as well. This is from the CBS YouGov poll. Is your income keeping up with inflation? 76% of Americans say it is not. New breaking news on Hegseth as well. Pete Hegseth's younger brother, we learn, is now serving in key positions inside the Pentagon as a Department of Homeland Security liaison and senior advisor. Phil Hegseth's past experience includes founding his own podcast production company called Embassy and Third and working on social media and podcasts. So again, as it was with Hegseth, now with his brother Pete, they are the real DEI hires. Didn't earn it. didn't earn it. Also, we learned yesterday, and we're getting more details this morning, as Trump is vacationing in Mar-A-Lago, Trump's defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, brought his wife, who's also a former Fox News producer, to NATO meetings on Ukraine and a classified Pentagon briefing with the UK defense secretary. So just sharing with his wife and others additional classified information. Take a look at this headline right here. Trump suffers day of losses in his retribution campaign against law firms. So as Donald Trump is now vacationing at Mar-A-Lago, once again, as a loser. The firm Jenner and Block won an injunction against Donald Trump from a Republican George W. Bush appointed judge in Washington, D.C. Then you had Wilmer Hale, another law firm. There was a Republican appointed judge as well in D.C. They won against Donald Trump, blocking his executive order. And then previously, we reported how the law firm Perkins Coie, who Donald Trump targeted with an executive order, they beat Donald Trump and got an injunction against his executive order there as well. And I also talked about in other hot takes how Judge Boasberg issued an injunction against the Trump regime's use of Signal, not cell phone reception, Donald, Signal for text communications because it violates the Presidential Records Act. Another almost very tragic plane incident last night, as well as Donald Trump was back in Florida for his vacation. New from Fox, a Delta plane and an Air Force jet nearly crashed last night in a loss of separation during Arlington National Cemetery flyover. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating yet another incident after a Delta Airlines plane nearly crashed midair with a T-38 Air Force jet Friday near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, just months after a January collision at the airport claimed 67 lives. Now, we previously reported here on the MeidasTouch Network about J.D. Vance's disastrous visit to Greenland, where literally no Greenlanders showed up. So Vance and his wife Usha had to stay on a military base where they made fools of themselves and then waved to nobody. Here's the image that we made on the MeidasTouch Network's accounts. Out on the town, having the time of my life with a bunch of friends. They're just all out of frame and they're all laughing as well. Wanted to share this with you. Meidas got this exclusive yesterday of Virginia's GOP Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears saying she doesn't understand why people are upset about jobs being lost in her state due to DOGE, and that it happens to everybody all the time. Play this clip.
Now, I'm hearing about DOGE and all of that, and yes, we don't want folks to lose their jobs. We have over 250,000 jobs that we've created since we've been in office. So, if you've lost your job, and how many here has ever lost a job? Oh, you mean it's not unusual? It happens to everybody all the time? Okay. And the media is making it out to be this huge, huge thing. And I don't understand why.
Or on Friday, Democratic Congressmember Garcia held a town hall and gave the MeidasTouch Network a shout out. Let's play this.
So what's next? How do we fix that? Fortunately, there's a young, talented group of people that are sprouting up across this country that are building now these new YouTube sites. Some of you might know, like MeidasTouch, for example. Absolutely. So that's right. So places like new spaces like MeidasTouch, like other sites on YouTube, are actually growing really quickly.
And then as Donald Trump is partying at Mar-A-Lago, is he going to do a pink Birkin bag party once again? Is he going to do a Hermes bag party and show off their $500,000 bags that they're all carrying around at Mar-A-Lago while the people suffer? Is that what they're going to do? Is that what they're doing there? The headlines are Dow Jones, stocks plunge on hot inflation reading, weak consumer sentiment, treasury yield slide, gold hits record highs. Things are not going good, and they know it on Fox as well. Here's how Fox closed out the week. Let's play this clip.
So much woo, folks. This is a tough way to end the week if you're long the market. If you're long gold, you're happy, but Dow is losing about 724, the S&P down 113, the NASDAQ down 484. That will do it for us.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So markets crash over 700 points today after a bad inflation report, more tariff confusion. Oh, and by the way, Republicans really going to raise taxes? That could have done it. Our own Sandra Smith, Taylor Riggs, and Jerry Wills be right here on set to break it all.
Well, Donald, as you're slurring your words and deteriorating in Mar-A-Lago, just know we, the people, are pissed, and that there are independent media networks like the MeidasTouch network that's bigger than corporate news calling you out, you foolish slob who has destroyed our nation. We will never forgive. We will never forget. We, the people, will make our voices heard. So enjoy your vacation on we, the people, on our taxpayer dime, Donald. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.